This is the 2025 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Malt Experiment, Amber Ale. Thanks to our sponsors. 5 Star Chemicals. Check out their new online straight-to-consumer homebrew shop where you can buy everything from Star San and line cleaner to the new liquid PBW that can be used at temperatures as low as 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Check out their online store at 5starchemicals.com/home-brewing. Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store. A local homebrew shop in Danvers, Massachusetts. Order any malt they offer in any quantity you want, and if you order before 11 a.m., they'll package your items and ship out the very same day. Visit the store at www.beer-wine.com. Let's get tasting.
Cheers and welcome to Irondale Brewing. We are up to beer number 8 in the 2025 Brewtubers Experiment Amber Ale with varying malts, and it is time, finally, for Gamn Brewing. I've been excited to try this one. I always love Billy's beers, and he went with Melanoidin malt. And Melanoidin malt is probably one of the more common ones in the experiment this year. So I'm at least familiar with it. A lot of these other ones have been new to me, which is a fantastic way to learn. Melanoidin malt is basically, if you're watching this, you're probably aware what Maillard reaction is, and the melanoidin is the result of the Maillard reaction that gives you that browning flavor and the toasty, bready thing that happens in food as well. And so this the melanoidin malt gives you that without you having to kind of do a decoction mash or something like that to kind of create it yourself. So in theory, this should give a nice red color. That's one of the main reasons that people use melanoidin malt. It's pretty common in red ales, amber ales, and so on. But also some bready, toasty notes, some caramel sweetness. And yeah, we'll see how this works. Billy used 4.6% melanoidin. His OG was 1046, FG of 1012, so it's 4.5% ABV. His labels are always fantastic. Hopefully this will get a good shot of the labels. He puts all the information on there, including his tilt, not pill, but tilt diagram. I'll let that one go. And he brewed it in June, kegged in July, and it has been chilled since it arrived here. So it's been as cold as it can be for as long as it can be. Brewed in Michigan. Very cool labels. He uses the cool black cans. I got to get some of these because I think my labels will look great on black cans too. But enough about that. Let's crack this thing open and see what we get. Nice tight can. That's a good sign. Nice pop. Hopefully the pour cam will get a good shot of the pour. It's already looking fabulous. And I'm going to pour a little bit light this time, to the thing I always forget to do. That way I can swirl it and maybe get more on the nose, and we can do a refill and get nice. Wow, the aroma's hit me already. It smells fantastic. Okay, let's, I think I'll leave it this way. Make sure you see Billy's label. So let's get the aroma going first. Oh yeah, that's like classic amber ale, like roast, a bit of roastiness and caramel sweetness that play together on the nose. That's fantastic. Let's swirl and see what else I got going on here. Yeah, that's the main two things I pick up. And color-wise, very nice copper. It's not really red, but that's not necessarily what you want with in an amber. You want it to be amber, not red. But a lot of people do use melanoidin in combination with other things in red ales to get color contribution and the flavor. Great carbonation. Very clear. It's a little bit darker than some of the other ones, but it's definitely clear. I don't know if you can see, but the bubbles coming up there, that is very appealing. All right, let's give this thing a taste. That is a fantastic beer. It is super well balanced, not too sweet, which if you watch my previous videos, you know that's like a trigger for me if it's overly sweet. Not too sweet, just a little bit of caramel sweetness in there, some nice contributions on the bready, not quite roasty, I wouldn't say. But kind of on the bready, toasty side of things from the melanoidin. And Nice mouthfeel. I'd call it medium light. It's not super light, but it also doesn't get into the thicker side of things, which again, for an amber ale, for me, I don't tend to like. So yeah, the mouthfeel is perfect. Great carbonation. It's nice and zippy on the tongue, not like a Belgian or a saison or something like that, but it's nice and zippy. I guess the way it's effervescent, I think, is probably a more classy way to say that. Yeah, that is just a really great beer. Great job, Billy. I think the Melanoidin at that percent, I don't know that I would change a thing in this amber ale. Like I said, Melanoidin is kind of a classic to use in amber ales. I looked back in a recipe of a couple I've done, and I did not use any Melanoidin, but then I looked kind of broader in other recipes, and it's pretty common to use because you know it contributes exactly what you want in an amber ale. So, and this is really, really well made, well executed. Great color, great carbonation, great mouthfeel, and great flavor. So well done, Billy, at Gamn Brewing. I don't say it as cool as he does. So watch his video, subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to all the channels, but in particular Billy's, because I know he appreciates the recommendation to subscribe to his channel, and there'll be a link in the comments, obviously. But yeah, that is it's such a well-made, fantastic amber ale. I'm going to pour a little bit more in there and see if I pick up anything else to say here. Try to get more pour cam going. And there's still some in the can. Gotta love these 500 ml cans. Yeah, this may be one of the shorter reviews because I don't know what else to say other than that is great. And of all, I would say of all the beers that I've had in the experiment, this is probably the one, like I said, that I wouldn't change anything. This is just that works great in an amber ale at that percent. I don't really have many notes. Yeah, and this is on me. It's very cold. That fridge, I don't know. Maybe I hit it on a cycle where it's on the cold side. So I'm gonna try to warm it up a little bit and see if I notice different things. But the bottom line here is Melanoidin at 4.6%. Sorry, 4.5 ABV, 4.6% of the grain bill. That is the sweet spot for me. And again, the other cool thing is everybody's got different tastes. Somebody else might have this beer and go, I'd like it to be a little more sweet, but for me, that is that's dead on. Yeah, since I warmed it up a little bit, it interestingly enough, it's a little bit, the sweetness is a little bit less, which is good because that means it's not, or it could be as I have a few more sips, the thing I'm noticing versus some of the other beers that I've had in the experiment is that the little bit of caramel sweetness that is in here doesn't hang around, which is, again, for me, a good thing. But yeah, that's darn good amber ale. I happen to have Port Townsend Brewing here locally. Happened to have some of their amber ale yesterday, which is a really good amber ale in my book, and it is not dissimilar to this one. Theirs is a little bit heavier, but kind of the same flavor profile, and it's one of my favorites, along with Mac and Jack's and Alaskan. I didn't mention Alaskan in any of these videos. If you can get Alaskan amber, that's a pretty good one. It's more of an alt style beer, not really an alt beer, but I do like that one quite a bit too. Yeah, Billy, I feel bad because I don't know what else to say other than great job, great beer. This shoots to number one, which I don't know, probably not surprising. I kind of knew, given what a great brewer Billy is, and the fact that I kind of knew from looking at the recipe, the Melanoidin would probably be right in my wheelhouse for what I look for in an amber ale. But yeah, this I think if you're looking for this color and those Melanoidin Maillard flavors in an amber ale, this is absolutely the way to go. Just trying to see if I get anything else in here to comment on. Yeah, the sweetness that I got on the nose initially is dissipating a little bit as it sits in the glass, and I get more of the bready, toasty stuff. So it's really the aroma is fantastic on this. Yeah, and nice. I didn't mention the head. It's a nice kind of light tan head. It's very light tan. I'd say it's a little bit lighter than some of the others, but yeah, really nice, and it hangs around. Yeah, and the carbonation's still bubbling up from a non-nucleated glass. So, yeah, that's the new number one. I wish I could say more, but this is just on point across the board for me. And I am going to dump the rest of this can in the glass and go finish this fabulous new number one amber ale from Gamn Brewing. And like and subscribe on his stuff because his videos are really awesome. I learned a ton watching his brewing process. He's got quite the interesting setup, and that's not a bad thing. It's a great setup. It's a 3-vessel, which very different from how I brew, so I love watching him brew. He has a lot of neat sight glass stuff, so you can see what's going on as it's going from one vessel to another. My brewing process is very different. Throw stuff in, I don't sparge, so it's really cool to like I said, watch his process. And they're very entertaining videos. He does great editing. Yeah, they're great across the board, and excellent beer. And instead of trying to ramble, I'm just gonna leave it there. I've got 3 more beers. I think I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm not gonna try and screw it up. But I know Exit 12's left, and Sean from Brookside Brewing and Brewmaster Jerry, I want to say, are the 3 left. And I hope I'm not wrong, but I might be. So we'll see what comes up next when I grab the next one out of the fridge. Great job, Billy. Great job, everybody, so far. This is a fantastic experiment. We're hitting the tail end here, and then we'll have a wrap up and kind of see where everything winds up at the end. Cheers, all.